welcome to this week's episode of our van build. We just got done framing out with cardboard, essentially what all of the van is going to look like. So let's hop in and talk about that for a second.
All right, so when you first walk in, we have a couch here, which we're actually gonna make into a pull-out. So this part will pull out. We have an L seat down here, which we're gonna try to make like a removable ottoman rather than being a fixed feature. So we can use it for a seat down here or over there or wherever we want.
And as we come across here, we'll take it from the back. Right over here, you can see our shower location from the bed's perspective. This is also awful video. Let me just go ahead and hand this off to Katie so I can explain some things from this side. Okay, so what we have right now is taking our couch over this direction to our little desk area. And this is where we're gonna have our charge controllers, all of our monitors and indicator lights, things like that. And this is where Katie is gonna be working for hours of long days at the office. And then we're gonna take it around here, which we don't really have much other than this wall. But this is going to be our shower and our pooper and the location that we put most of our toiletry stuff. So that's great.
We have a shower pan down there right now.
Pan right here is already filled with dirt from how many times we've stepped in and out of it, just having some fun today, demonstrate. That takes us to our final piece for today, which I'll let Katie tell you guys about. And that is right here.
So this is gonna be our kitchen counter space, really. So we're gonna have a sink, we're gonna have a stove, and we're also gonna have a edge here, or like an extra countertop that is stored down here that's gonna flip up. That way when the door maybe isn't open, or even if it is really, we just have extra counter space. The desk will also be a little extra counter space. So this is a little bit small for a kitchen, but our priority was really with the bathroom and everything, so.
Cool. So apart from some overhead cabinets and shelving stuff, that's pretty much the layout that we're gonna have. I'm not sure how well you guys could actually see, but it's gonna look better when it's not made out of cardboard. And you guys will see that maybe a couple of weeks from now when it's all said and done. All right, so let's get to actually doing some stuff. Okay, so step one for this week's build is going to be set up framing that we can use to attach cabinets, boxes, and most specifically for this week, the battery box and the solar charger box. Alright, so we already filled in all these channels with extra spray foam, but we figured you guys have seen enough spray foam, so we don't need to show you all that. But we've got these 1x2s, they coming back again for the third reuse, maybe even fourth, who knows. And we've got them cut out to set right here into these little slots. We're gonna screw them in, and we're gonna do that right now. Can you hold that, please, darling?
Yes.
That's one. We got a bunch more of those to do, and then we can start putting boxes and walls and all that kind of stuff.
We mentioned that we were putting in some furring strips, which are basically these horizontal 1x2s that we're putting around the van right now. We're using self-tapping screws so that they go through the metal frame, but they're not long enough to go all the way through the whole van. So I'll give you a little look. How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm looking for a hammer right now.
A hammer?
I just want to smash some of the sheet metal right here so that this furring strip fits a little bit more closely right there. See how that's kind of bent out? You just want to go boom, 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 make that a little bit more flat. Great. What? Right now I am about to finish the horizontal framing right across the top here. And I've got these all cut out to go across there. I'm gonna do that quick so that we can actually start setting up the studs vertically and then hopefully actually get to the box for the battery and the charge controller today. But it's Tuesday, so we've got time. side now. Okay, that's gonna do it for all the horizontal 1x2 furring strip framing pieces, and we're gonna use those for the groundwork of the walls and whatever else we decide to attach it. But that's it for now. Okay, so today I'm going to be making a box to fit these batteries in. The first step is to open them and see how big they are so I can measure what the box is going to be. And there she is. I think that weighs at least 100 pounds. Okay, so I've got my battery, well, one of the two set up right here where I'm going to want both of them to be. I'm going to put the other one right next to it, right there. And I want them next to the wheel well so that A, that's going to be right across the axle, and that's going to distribute the weight a little bit better because it's a little bit more towards the center. But B, also so that we can use this area to kind of block off and make sort of a structure that's going to hold the inverter, and then have this whole kind of section be used for wires and cables and all the electricity components. So I want to build a box right here that's going to be coming out over this, separate this little area here, and create a potential little shelf right on there that we can set the inverter up to be a little bit out of the way, but also still usable for the plugs that it's going to provide. All right, so box building time now. And that's the bottom of the box. All right, so those should be some of the sides. Looks kind of like a box. All right, now I'm going to screw the walls together, and I think I'll glue the bottom on. Whoops. So I've gone with the duct tape method for ultimate precision. Okay, so if everything went according to plan, this box should have enough space for me to put these little extra scraps of 1x2s, and I want to put them on the sides like this. And I wanted to do that just to make those batteries have no wiggle room. I'm also going to put one right in between the two of them so that that keeps them separated, and they're really, really snug in the box, with some breathing room also around it. So let's see if we can fit the batteries and those little spacers. Yeah, so pretty big bummer. I didn't account for the lid of the battery, this little top lip here, and they don't fit in my box because I was measuring for the bottom. So I could either scrap the whole box and start over again, or what I'm going to do instead is just lower the height of the box to below that little lip of the battery. I'm gonna try to salvage this box by cutting the top off of it. Hopefully that works, because otherwise I will have wasted an awful lot of this day. Let's see if that made any difference at all. Let's check and see if this, well, more of a drawer than a box now, fits the battery, and at least it will be secure if it does. Okay, so hours later, I did get both of the batteries to fit in their little box. And they've got spacers and everything fits really snug and it's awesome. But as you can see, it's more of a drawer than a box. So in order to fully boxify this little structure, I'm going to have to remake a little roof thing for it, or a lid, if you will. Good morning. It is Friday and we're gonna get onto some furring strips today on the wall. So far, progress has been a little bit slow this week. Mostly just this box to show for it. I'm not sure if you can see that. Got done working on that yesterday. Well, upgrading it yesterday. I finished it 2 days ago. And then we put a couple of brackets on right here. You can see these little brackets to keep it in place. And we went in there and put a couple of wedges to hold it secure vertically. So now we're gonna do furring strips on the wall, and then we'll put wires behind those, 1/4-inch plywood, the whole shebang. Basically, walls and electricity are all gonna kind of come together in one big story here, but that might not all be in this episode. So let's just work on the walls for right now. Alright guys, so what I'm doing right now is using these 1x3-inch boards, cutting them to size, which right here is 58 inches. I'm going to attach them to these 3 horizontal furring strips. And then of course we're going to have to do that top section separately, but that's okay because it comes out a little bit more, and if we did go all the way from top to bottom, there'd be a huge gap right here, which we don't want. So we're going to do these ones right here and that up in a different section. So let's do that right now. Onto the top level. Alright, so since we left off, we've got a lot more framing all around the whole entire van. We'll look at that in just a minute, but right now I just want to show you guys what I'm doing, which is going to help to support the bed frame. I'm just going to put this 1x2 right up here, and that's going to help to be something we use to attach more of those 1x3s vertically right here, which again will be the studs that we'll put the walls on. So let's get to that right now. Alright, good. Now we gotta measure what these vertical ones are gonna be and put those on too. Alright, so I did some more stuff. We've got started a box to go around that wheel well, and then I'm gonna actually spray foam that up to make sure that it's well insulated, because I realized that both of our wheel wells just have the sound deadening material on them and nothing around them other than that. So we need to make sure we don't have that just sitting out exposed to the cold. I'm going to use 1/4-inch plywood, which I have over there. I'm about to cut that into a shape that will fit right across the top of there, and then we'll spray it in and then secure it on. I think that's a better box than my first one. That's all we're gonna do for this week. It actually turned into a lot more work and a lot less actually accomplished as far as getting the electricity done, but next week we'll finish the electricity, or the week following, who knows.
Our goal is for next week. I've been doing a lot of research. Sorry you didn't see me that much this week, but we are going to do a lot of the wiring for our electricity and maybe even figure out some of the plumbing and then the propane as well.
I don't know, enough blah blah blahing. Guys, I will see you next time. She hopefully will see you next time.
Definitely.
And
thanks for watching!
happy van building!